Hi everybody, welcome to another video. It's another warm afternoon, so we have the 2018 Lapostolle Rappel Valley Sauvignon Blanc. I am a fully committed Sauvignon Blanc apologist, and I've had really nice results with Lapostolle wines at the medium, sort of mid-level, not the entry level, but not the extremely pricey level, and this I want to call again in the $15 range. So very much an everyday wine, stainless steel, and it's interesting to see it with the Rappel Valley appellation, because this is going to be drawing from a pretty wide geographic area. So 2018, nice young Sauvignon Blanc, nice pale color. Definitely on the green rather than the sort of golden brownish side of the spectrum. Let's see what it smells like. Yeah, I mean, it's real pretty. It has a sort of Touraine nose, right? Like a entry-level sort of Loire Sauvignon Blanc, not Sancerre. It doesn't have nearly the minerality of a sort of Cambrigian soil or more mineral soil Sauvignon Blanc, but it's much closer to that than it is to a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. So this has some nice sort of Meyer lemon, a little tiny bit of grassiness, but this is a really, so Lapostolle, as the name would suggest, it's a French family who set up shop in Chile not a long time ago, if I remember correctly. Doesn't say. Yeah, very much in the French style, not in a sort of New World style. Let's see what it tastes like. So interestingly, the acid is not super forward, right? Like the acid sort of comes in the mid palate, and this almost drinks more like a Bordeaux Blanc, as though it had some Sauvignon in there. The mouthfeel is much rounder than a lot of Sauvignon Blancs, and this is not at all forbiddingly austere on the palate. There's nice acidity, but it's medium acidity at most. And there's a fullness and almost like a richness here that I definitely blind would call this a Bordeaux Blanc, right? This has definitely got some Sauvignon in there, maybe something else, but I would not pin this as 100% Sauvignon Blanc blind. It's really different aromatically than it is on the palate. On the palate, it's much rounder and fuller, and more sort of viscous than the nose would lead you to expect. But it's interesting, both aromatically and in the mouth. It's much grassier, and there was a little suggestion of a sort of grassy, herbal, nice green thing as you smell the wine, but on the palate that comes through much stronger. It's really good. It's not the sort of 95-mile-an-hour fastball, aha, Sauvignon Blanc. Yes, I get it. It's sort of more intellectually interesting than that. And this is really, they're recommending it with sushi and Asian cuisine, which I think is great, because it's not just for sort of raw oysters or as an aperitif. It has more to offer. And this is like, I'd be curious to see how they're marketing this, because this is very much drinks like white Bordeaux, right? Which is sometimes, but not always, 100% Sauvignon Blanc, but a lot of times has other grapes in there that make the wines a little bit plusher and a little bit richer and a little more inviting on the palate. So I'm 90 points on this wine. I like it a lot. And again, at the $15 range, this would be, I would say, if you want to take your sort of Chardonnay drinker and segue that person to Sauvignon Blanc, this is a nice way station from the sort of non-Chablis Chardonnay drinker that thinks she doesn't like Sauvignon Blanc to say, well, wait a minute, taste this and see what you think. Because there's nice fruit, there's nice sort of, a little bit of like tree fruit, more than citrus, which is interesting. But yeah, this is a 90-point wine at $15, and it's not just $15 Sauvignon Blanc, it's got more sort of to offer and more sort of intellectual interest for if you're trying to turn someone on to Sauvignon Blanc, or you're trying to suggest that there's more to Sauvignon Blanc than Kim Crawford Marlborough. This is a great way to do it. So 90 points, Lapostolle, Gran Selection, Sauvignon Blanc 2018, Rappel Valley, 90 points.